I was listening to actually Gary V podcast yesterday, which was Reframing Your Success. They were talking about a whole bunch of different things. They were talking about Gary's background, growing up, things like that. I don't even remember exactly how it quickly pivoted into talking about China. And I believe the host asked him something to the effect of, do you think that China is essentially going to win in terms of, U.S. has been the global dominant power for quite a while, and China has been ticking upwards. And the way he answered it so quickly and definitively, saying, yes, they definitely are. It was kind of jarring to hear that, because Gary is, first of all, great at predicting trends. He sees things ahead of time, right? Like invested in Twitter and a number of tech companies. And also he loves the US like crazy. Like he says this all the time, like greatest country in the world. So grateful that he was able to move here from Belarus, and just loves the US more than as much as anybody, right? But at the same time, he's very much the type of person that cares about winning and losing. And he talks about, hey, if he's going to lose in some aspect, that's fine, because he's going to learn from it. He's going to get better. And he believes in the meritocracy of the game, whether it's in sports, whether it's in business, whatever it is. And he talks about how it's just sort of a natural cycle that you have the winners, and then they become old and fat in the sense of living high on the hog kind of a thing. And then the young buck, the young lions come up, and they're hungrier, whether in any context, in business and whatever. And in this case, in terms of countries, like the younger, more hungry person or entity comes up and they take him out. It's not comfortable to be the one getting taken out. But again, Gary's the type of person that he calls it how he sees it in every area. And so it's interesting, because we see that obviously the rise of China in a number of different areas. They're middle class. I think I saw recently that the number of sort of middle class car purchases overtook the United States at some point. So there's these different indicators. And I think that you want to kind of tend to tell yourself, we'll win in the end, like US will stay on top, right? Because you're so US centric. But when I heard that, I was like, dude, I think he's right. As something that is maybe a little uncomfortable to think about. And then of course you got to think about in terms of freedom, in terms of democracy, whatnot, like how would that affect things? There's obviously the whole situation in Hong Kong. There's lots of stuff going on, right? And I don't want to get too much into that, but yeah, just to hear that and go like, wow, I think he's right. And so instead of living in denial of like, oh no, that's not going to happen, like see reality for what it is. I think that's what Gary Vee is really good at. See reality for what it is, and then do what you're going to do. So are you going to compete harder? Are you going to adapt? But I thought that it was just powerful to hear it said that matter-of-factly.